Hey folks, we are going to be using a table of future values. So this time we're not going to be doing a lot of the calculations ourselves. We're actually going to use a table of values that does most of the work for us. So what we're going to do is use the table of values that they've supplied, which is up there, and we're going to work out the future value of $34,000 for 3 years at 5% compounded annually. Now, this is actually super simple once you get the hang of it. The main thing is you need to be able to make sure that your interest rate and your compounding periods are the same, and then you just go from there. So we have a look at ours. We've got $34,000 per year for 3 years, 5% per annum. Excellent, compounded annually. So we don't have to change anything. Okay, so what we've got is we've got a table up here which shows you the future value for $1. So keep that in mind. We're going to be looking at $34,000, but at the moment, $1. So with this particular question, it says we've got 5% per annum, and we're going to do it for 3 years. Now, because it's per annum and compounded annually, that's great. So we have a look and go, okay, 5%, that is where we want to be, and we want to do it for 3 years. So the good thing about this is we just go across to here, go down to here, and that is the number we want. So what we're basically saying is this table is actually telling us if I invested $1 at 5% for 3 years, I would have, at the end of it, I would have $3.15 or $3.15.25. Okay. That is the actual value. If we did that recurrence relationship and we calculated out, that is what we would end up with. So they've done all the hard work for us. All we need to do is make sure that we've got the correct interest rate and the correct period. Okay. So, but that is the value for only $1. Now, if you have a look at our question, we actually did it for $34,000. So our future value is going to be I won't do the dollar sign. I'll go 3.1525 times how many dollars are we talking? 34,000. So we just do that, and that will give us a grand total of $107,185. That's it. That's done. We don't actually have to do anything else. Okay. So the table has done all the work for us, but it's always based, or almost always based, on $1. Sometimes it's thousands, but in this particular case, it's $1. So you just have to work out how many do I have to times that by. All right. So question B is $5,000 per half year for 2 years, 6% per annum, compounded 6 monthly. Okay, so there's a few things we've got to fix in here. So we know it's $5,000, it's 2 years. So we are doing 6% per annum, but we want to divide that by 2. The reason we want to divide it by 2 is because it's 6 monthly, so it's twice a year. So that would be 3%. 3% is the interest rate we want, because that was 6% per annum. We don't want per annum. We want, let's call it per 6 months. That'll be easier. Okay, so we want 3% per annum. 3% per 6 months is our interest rate. And then we've got to work out how long are we putting it in for. Well, we're doing it per half year for 2 years. So we're actually going to have 4 compounding periods, because there is 2 by 2. So I wish if they'd done it for 3 years, it would be easier to see that it's 3 by 2, but anyway, it's 2 by 2. So it's 4 compounding periods. So when we go to our table, we're going to be looking at the intersection for 4 and 3%. So let's go back up. So there's 4 compounding periods, and we're doing it for 3%. So we go across, and that is the value for $1. So if we invested $1 for 2 years, compounded every 6 months at 6% per annum, which is 3% per 6 months, we would have $4.18. Okay, so now what we do is we go, well, our future value is equal to the 4.18, forgotten the number, 36, wow, 4.1836 times how much did we invest? 5,000. So we sub that in, we multiply it, and we would have a future value of $20,918. And that is how that one is done using that table of values. Much easier than doing the recurrence.